Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you're having any kind of suicide ideation, please reach out and talk to somebody. Let them know what you're going through. You can call the number right here and talk to somebody, all right? This isn't a bad thing to do. This is a good thing to do, all right? You didn't come into this world on your own. Please don't try and leave this world on your own. We're going to be evaluating Betty's Kitchen and what are some of the expectations that people have when you go there. Like, what kind of unwritten rules are you supposed to be kind of following and what to kind of know when you go there, because lately we have been having some issues at Betty's Kitchen. So we're going to be going over that. We're going to be going over, though, primarily how to fish it, what I'm throwing, and kind of my techniques. I'm going to be sharing in the video what kind of techniques I'm doing to catch these fish. If you want to go and see exactly where we're catching these fish, then go to Patreon in the link below. Sign up for a fishing subscription, and we'll give you the exact GPS coordinates of where we're catching these fish at. I also have a Yuma fishing bag subscription level where I'll send you baits once a month. That's a new thing going on. So sign up, go over there, check it out. It's going to be really awesome. It's baits that are meant for fishing around Yuma. So if you're interested in something like that, go check that out at Patreon. Again, we're not going to give you all the fishing locations in this video, okay? You have to go sign up and get the access through Patreon. Those are going to be fishing reports, okay? If you want access to those fishing reports, you got to go sign up at Patreon. All that money really helps us out on the channel. It really helps us out in taking veterans out hunting and fishing and getting them out there on the water. We need all the support we can get, so that Patreon really helps us out. Plus, you get to see where we're catching the fish, and you get fishing reports of all the areas that you go and fish already. You see exactly where the fish are holding up at, what they're biting on, and so you can just hit the road right away and go throw in at them. And so please sign up for that. It really helps us out a lot. Okay, so what do you need to know when you go to Betty's Kitchen? If you have not fished Betty's Kitchen yet, you need to know some ground rules, okay? There's been 2 times this year that I've seen RVs parked in Betty's Kitchen right where people park at. One of them was right up in the secondary boat ramp that's there, and it's not really a boat ramp, it's mainly a parking area for us because the water's so shallow right there, but you can launch there sometimes. But I had somebody parked in an RV there, and then there was another person parked completely blocking all the parking spaces. Now, these people don't know any better, and they're actually pretty nice once you tell them, and they get out of there really quick. And so they've been pretty good about leaving and not throwing like a fit about it. But it is Bureau of Reclamation land, okay? It's Bureau of Reclamation. You are not allowed to camp on Bureau of Reclamation land, okay? So if you're thinking of going and camping there, don't. This is a fishing area. This is a place where local fishermen go and they launch their boats, and they need parking areas, okay? This isn't a beach area. This isn't a place where you go to hang out on the beach or hang out on the boat ramp, okay? You're just going to be in people's way. You're going to be agitating people. So don't go there just to hang out and have a good time and have a little beach party, all right? There's not enough space there to do these kind of things. All right, these are just some of the unwritten rules about Betty's Kitchen. I'm just letting you guys know that you should probably try and follow them the best you can. Otherwise, you're going to have some people who aren't as nice as me giving you an earful, all right? So the next thing you need to know is make sure that you have good parking space, okay? Make sure that you don't take up unnecessary room. Parking is very limited in this area, especially in the weekends. So you don't want to be taking up a whole lot of room or parking like, you know, an idiot and cutting a whole bunch of people off and not giving them room to park either. Now, I have been seeing people park in the field. The field has completely gone to crap. All right, it's all weeds higher and taller than me, you know. So the field, I have seen people park in there. I'm not sure if that's completely legal to do, but hey, the field looks like junk, and it's good enough area to park in. So it might as well go to some kind of use, right? Anyway, don't park like an idiot, okay? Park with other people in mind. So let's go over what has happened in Betty's Kitchen so far. So if you haven't gone into Betty's Kitchen before, you go towards, like you're going towards Mitri. You'll go over, you'll see this fence right over here. Drive here, you'll see a spillway right here. You turn left there, follow that spillway, go all the way down to here. Take your first right, or your second right is what it'll be, and you follow this all the way down to the water line. Now on this map, it's not completely accurate, okay? There's a bunch of dirt that is filled in right here that they're using for some kind of project. So all this parking space is no longer here. These fields definitely don't look like that. And basically all we have for parking is right here, and then some right over here, this secondary boat ramp we have for parking, and then over here we have for parking. Okay, So you're going to want to try and stay over here as much as you can. I think one person might be able to make this happen. You might be able to get 2 people in there depending on how big your vehicle is. And then also in here is some parking availability. Now this is where I saw a camper parked at, all the way up to the water edge, and then we had a camper here recently parked right there all the way, blocking this entire section. Okay, both of them left. Both of them were pretty respectful. They just didn't know. Okay, so this is the boat ramp right here. This is where you put your boat in. Now there is a secondary boat ramp at Betty's Kitchen that you might consider using. Okay, it's on the California side. We'll show you that real quick here. So this is going to be your secondary boat ramp that you'll be able to use. Let's see what the government lands are. Oh, it's California. I don't have that. So I'm not really sure the land usage. It's on the California side. I'm not sure if it's public or private, but I'm pretty dang sure that you can go in there and put your boat and launch it and park there. Okay, this is on the California side. You have to go on the other side of Yuma, over by Winter Haven kind of, and jump across, or you could go up to Hidden Shores and drive across Highway County 24. Now both boat ramps are very shallow launches. Okay, Betty's Kitchen is not a place for you to go and launch your giant boat. Okay, this is not the area to do that. The boat ramps are extremely shallow. Okay, you're getting John boats and some bass boats in there. All right, at the most. This isn't a place where you come and you put your freaking pontoon in. Not a pontoon area, okay? So don't even try it. I mean, you might be able to squeeze it in there, but sometimes those water levels are super shallow, and you could really scrape up your boat or ding up your boat pretty good, or your motor. So I would just suggest that you don't put those big boats in there, and you just go to Mitri or Martinez or to Hidden Shores where there's deeper water. This isn't really the place for big boats, okay? Not only that, but there's also like really shallow areas that you have to know about, and if you don't know about them and you hit them, you're gonna tear up your motor a little bit. So again, not the place for big fun party boats. All right, this is a bass fishing area. This is not a party area. Okay, so as you can see, they're doing a bunch of dredging here. They're taking all of this material right here and they're moving it out of the way. And what they're trying to do, what the project they got going on right now is we'll go up here to the dam, is they have a sandbar up here at Hidden Shores, and you can kind of see it right here. It's basically this sandbar right here. A bunch of people just hit their boats with it all the time that live at Hidden Shores, and so they're taking it out. They're dredging out the sandbar, and they're moving it all the way down here. And I believe they're still going to try and fill it in down here. I'm not really sure if they've changed their minds on that yet. But that's pretty much why they're dredging all of this out. Because they're going to move that giant sandbar up there above the dam and try and move it down into Betty's Kitchen because people are hitting their boats on it up there. So in the video, you're going to see me talk about how I don't think the fish have fully pushed to the bank and done their spawn yet. And I'm actually wrong on that, okay? It takes me a little bit further down in the video to understand exactly what's going on right now in the spawn in Betty's Kitchen. And from what I've evaluated, there's been 3 spawns, it looks like, or 2 spawns already that have occurred in Betty's Kitchen, because I'm seeing fry that are probably about that big, about 1.5 inches or so big, and they're baby bass, and I'm like, those things, you know, are this year. And then I'm seeing little tiny baby fry in other parts. Now maybe these fish spawned at different times, and they just spawned one time, and it's just a vast diverse amount of different fish spawning at different times, or they spawned out 2 or 3 times. Regardless, right now they're protecting beds. I got 5 fish protecting their beds. I pulled them off and caught them, and so, but in the beginning of the video I'm just thinking they haven't made that push yet, but I was wrong, and so they have made that push. Right now is the time to go do some bed fishing on Betty's Kitchen. It's really hot in there and it's really fun. So these fish are definitely protecting fry. You can see the fry swimming around, and if you throw your bait through their fry, in the schools of their fry, they get really ticked off and they'll go and they'll hit it. It's just very difficult. It takes probably about 15 minutes or so to get these fish to bite, to get them aggressive enough. They are still protecting a bed where you'll have to sit there and troubleshoot to find exactly what areas tick them off the most. And once you get it in there, then they'll start getting aggressive and they'll start smacking it and stuff like that. And you'll see that in the video as well. But it takes a while. It takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of time. So I know there's been a little bit of drama between the kayak fishers and people on a boat that are fishing. I'm just going to tell you right now, I love kayak fishing. I do kayak fishing myself as well. I do a little bit of both. But I'm just going to tell you right now, if you're a kayak fisherman and you're in this little channel right here, okay, this channel right here, and you're kayak fishing, you're going to have boats come by you. You're going to have riffraff, okay? If you got a short temper or a short fuse, then I suggest you go somewhere else, because this is the only way for the boaters to get to the main lake, to get up out of here, right? This is a channel they use constantly, okay? And a lot of the guys will start fishing there and they'll work their way out. So if you're going to be kayak fishing there and you got a little bit of a short temper and you get frustrated easily when boats are going by you, then I would say just go somewhere else, because I don't want you to get upset and over angry and just have a frustrating day out there. You're going to get that if that makes you that frustrated, okay? You're going to get that in that area. Or you just be patient, you just be calm, you be nice, you be happy, and you just smile and wave, boys, smile and wave as they go by all the time, because they're going to do it. You're going to have a lot of traffic. It's a high traffic area in this channel, so be expecting that. I've been seeing a lot of kayak fishing, or not kayak fishing, but kayakers who are just out there to kayak on the waters. And there's like big groups of them and they take up a lot of space, and it's kind of like, hey guys, like this isn't the spot to do that. There's Mitri Lake, and even in Mitri Lake, they're just pulling all their kayaks up on the boat ramp, okay? This is not an area where you do all your situating and fixing and all that at the boat ramp. You do that outside of the boat ramp, okay? It is a loading and unloading area only. So if you're going on a boat ramp, it's a loading and unloading area only. You launch your boat, you leave. You pick your boat up out of the water, you go, you strap it down somewhere else. Don't sit there for a very long time with your boat in the water or right at the edge of the water and you're trying to situate everything. That's not the time and place for it. If you're a kayak fisherman, pull your kayak out of the way so people can unload their boats, get your stuff, go down the water, pick it up, and move it out as quickly as possible. Boat ramps are not a place where you mess with your stuff, you strap things down and stuff like that. There's been a lot of kayak fishers, I keep on saying kayak fishers. Most kayak fishers know this, fishermen know this. It's the people who are just out there for fun to kayak. They don't know that stuff, and they're taking up a lot of space and a lot of time plugging up the boat ramps. So if you're just a kayak fisherman or you're just a kayaker, just move your stuff to the side and try and give people as much space as possible, okay? That's going to alleviate a lot of stress in your life. I can guarantee you that. Without further ado, I hope you enjoyed the video. Check one, make sure the net is accessible. Okay, so I just saw a bass like right over here, and just saw his side. He looked like a pretty good fish, 2.5, 3 pounds for sure. So I'm gonna keep fishing this. It looked like it was kind of protecting a bed. The water is pretty deep here though. So I'm gonna fish through, and then I'm gonna wrap around, and I'm gonna come back and hit this spot again. I don't know if my bait pushed him off the bed or if I pushed him off the bed, I'm not sure. But I mean, I wasn't working the trolling motor and I just saw us go like that towards the bait, but I never got a hit or anything like that. So we'll see. That's cool though. That's real cool. Okay, so I'm thinking that they're probably going to be protecting some beds, hopefully. And I'm going to throw this craw. That's the fire craw right there. And like a PB&J color. So right now I've got a male fish, it looks like, protecting a bed. He already struck at mine. He's not very big. He's not scared either. We're gonna try and catch him. Oh, he's mad. Oh, he's mad. He's hitting it. Ooh, just missed him. I'm like right on top of him. He don't even care. He's all about defense right now. As soon as it drops in there, he's pissed. Oh yeah, here he goes. Oh, there we go, got him. All right, there we go, we got him. I didn't even have to set the hook. He was up, he was fed up with it. So there's the first bedded fish I had of 2022, and you can see top of his mouth is pretty red, or getting redder. Just a nice little 1-pounder. Awesome, dude. You're doing a good job of defense there, buddy. Keep it up. All right. That's cool. I love catching a bedded fish. I really do. Yeah, there was another male back there that was bigger than him, and then I started working down the bank line, and sure enough, I got back on his bed, and he had enough of it. And I threw in there probably about 10-15 times, and he hit it a bunch of times, but that time he actually freaking grabbed it and was not letting go. He was like, I'm gonna eat you now. You know, before he would pick it up, you'd see him pick it up, and then he would take it off of the bed. This time he was like, I'm eating you, after about 10 or 15 times of throwing in there. So I got my trolling motor set on 1, and I'm just cruising down this bank line trying to see what I can find. So hopefully we'll get on another one. Okay, so I already got another bedded male. He's a lot bigger than the last one, but he's a lot more skittish. The big ones are still skittish, but he's coming back, and he's looking at that bait. But the wind is starting to pick up, and it's hard for me to see him. I'm gonna have to circle back. There's fish all up and down this line right here. These bedded fish, you have to really you have to work them quite a bit. You have to throw in there quite a bit at times, and it kind of sucks when the wind picks up on you and it's hard to see the fish. But I just see a little black mass. This guy's probably about a 2-pounder, 1.5 to 2 pounds, male. And I'm just throwing in here. He's turning sideways on this thing. He's looking at it. He's curious. He wants to know what it is, see if it's a threat or not. And you throw in there enough times, it's going to be a threat to him. Agitate him enough. So here we go. Ooh, bigger one just came up and looked at it. Dang. Well, that one just was not aggressive enough. He would go up and stare right at it, put his nose right on it. But he just, you know, a few times he hit it and kind of shuffled it, but like I sat there for way too long trying to catch him. So we're gonna move on and try and find a more aggressive male. Okay, I'm gonna throw a jerk bait on right here. So I followed that bank line all the way down, and what I ended up seeing was a lot of male fish kind of pushing up on their beds. There was only one, and the little guy was super defensive and really aggressive. The other one, he was pretty interested in the bait. It was kind of like, hey, what are you doing here kind of mentality. And he wasn't super aggressive yet. So, and then I did see some flashes of bigger fish. Sorry if the wind sucks, but I did see some flashes of some bigger fish coming from the deep into the bank, and then they would dart back out. So I'm hoping and I'm thinking that there's some bigger fish kind of on the lower part of the bank in the more deeper water, and we're gonna see if we can't pull one of them out on a reaction bite with this jerk bait. So see what happens. I might have to go back to my truck because I left all the bigger jerk baits in there, and I want some deeper ones. This one, not so deep, but we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, this is a nice fish, man. Nice fish, nice fish. Not monster, but I'll take him. Oh yeah. All right. Very nice. Not a monster, but hey, I like it. All right, not a bad fish right here. Pretty good. Got him on that jerk bait. Got him going aggressive. I saw a lot of fish following it, but they wouldn't commit. So I was throwing pretty far in front of me. Again, I was throwing right off the bank, not off the bank, but it was probably about 10-15 feet off the bank, and they're down in that low cut in the bottom of the bank. So pretty nice fish, probably a 2-pounder for sure. So awesome. So there you go. I got one of those fish that I was trying to get on the jig, but they're just not right there yet. They're not in the full swing of defense mode. They're getting close. They're very close to that aggression state. So but that right there, that got them going. That freaking smoked it. So I wish I had a little bit bigger of a jerk bait, because it's pretty small, and they got to be really committed to taking it. But hey, it worked. It got the job done. If you want to see where we're catching these fish, how we're doing it exactly, and the full analysis and the full freaking review of this whole area, then go to Patreon and subscribe to the Fishing Freak tier level, or Hunting and Fishing Freak tier level. So pretty awesome. Arizona bass right there. There's another one. Just a little guy. The problem is they're missing it. I barely got him though. But cool. Getting them. First cast in here produced a giant, as you can see. Ow. Monster bass. Probably like a 20-pounder or so. New state record right here. No big deal. Can't believe he hit that. I threw on a little bit bigger of a jerkbait and he smoked it. So, see if there's more fish in here. So what I'm kind of doing is I'm throwing on the right here, and then I'm looking on the left. I'm looking for bedded fish on the left. I'm throwing for the fish on the deeper right, because I think they're down on the deeper right over here. So that's just kind of what I'm doing. I'm looking to the left, looking for bedded fish, and then as I'm doing that, I'm throwing this jerkbait way out there, parallel with the bank, and then just working it to me. Sometimes I throw it straight out in the middle, and just to see what it'll produce. But so far, not a lot of action in this area. Oh, it's a striper! Oh my gosh! Wow, that's crazy, man. Get the pliers out for this. Well, we got a little striper there. That's what I'm talking about. All right, well, I ended up getting a striper. That's my 5th fish of the day right there. Pretty awesome fish, man. I'm gonna keep him for tacos. Tacos. I like it. So I'm finding when I go slower, I can really pick apart the bank a lot better, and it feels like I figure the fish out a little more. I can see more, which is pretty obvious to most people that you want to fish slow, but not always. I was kind of on the anxious side, go, but now that I'm slowing it down, I'm catching more fish. So fish slow. Here we go, got another one. Oh, and I broke my pole, so that sucks. There's the 6th fish of the day. Well, there's the 6th fish of the day, and I broke my pole. It's not a very good one anyway, so whatever. But yeah, another nice fish. Little guy, about 1.5 pounds. So as soon as I started seeing bluegill, up here next to this bank right here. And as soon as I started seeing that, boom, I hooked into one. Again, I caught that fish directly parallel with the shoreline, about 15 feet off the shore, or off the bank. So, not a monster, just looked like a little male trying to find a bed, or maybe he was even protecting a bed, who knows. I don't see anything pushed up next to the shoreline over here yet, except for some bluegill. But for the most part, they're down here about 15 feet off the bank. And I've been casting in the middle too, so. But we're gonna keep going. Again, I'll show you map details and all that in Patreon if you want to go subscribe to that on exactly where we're at in Betty's kitchen here. All right, looks like we got another bedded fish here. He's really agitated, really aggressive, went after my jerkbait, and now I got that craw in his bed, and he is already kind of hitting it. Very irritated. He's already picking it up. I'm not setting the hook yet. He's just kind of chomping on it a little bit. Ooh, missed him. we go. I got him now. Oh, I hooked him on the side. That's not good. Oops. Well, that happens sometimes when you're bed fishing. That's the 7th fish on a bed. Well, 2nd fish on a bed, 7 fish total. So, pretty cool. He's a good defender. He'll be all right. Well, there we go. That is 7 fish. 2 fish off of a bed with the fire craw. That's Carl's Bait Co. baits. You can go check those out in the link below. Pretty awesome. Good stuff. That was quick. Okay, there we go. That's a 2-pounder right there. Decent fish out in the open. So you want to see where I'm catching these fish and where they're holding up at, go subscribe to Patreon. That's 7 fish for the day, 2 fish on a bed. Pretty good. Nope, just a lot of moss. Ouch! Yep, that got me good right there. There's fish number 9. I know I said 7 last time, it was actually 8, so this is fish number 9. Smoked him, again, about 10-15 feet off the side of the bank, so not a monster, but decent fish. Catching them. Well, that one just took it. These little ones are dangerous. The jerk bait. Right at the boat. Alright, there's fish number 10. Just a little dink, but hey, it's fun catching them. If you want to see where we're catching them, hit that Patreon. Sweet. There's another one. Here we go, there's 11. Just a little guy. He seems to be a pretty aggressive male on a bed again, from what I can see. Yep, he's gonna go after it. He's gonna hit it like he just did. Well, it took a while, but I got the another bedded fish, male, on the fire craw right there, so pretty cool. He's doing a good job protecting. Another bedded male. This one's good, he's pulling the boat. He ain't going nowhere, he's hooked pretty good. Woo! Oh, that's a much bigger male. Oh man. Angry too. I see baby fish, baby fry, bass fish going around. Got that one again, right on the fire craw. Threw it on his bed for a little bit. It's a nice 2-pound male right there. It didn't take long for him to hit it. Good defense, buddy. That makes 4 fish today. 4 fish that I have caught on a bed, and it's just awesome. I see some bass swimming around about that big, so they've been around for a little bit, more than a few days, so that's cool. So those, they must have already spawned out. They have to be like a couple weeks old, if not more. Well, I guess I'm not gonna quit fishing, because that makes 12, 13 fish on today. 13 fish today. Got another bedded fish here. He just hit it and missed. Or I missed him. Yep, got him. Oh, I don't have them very good. Decent. No. Oh my gosh. That's 2 pulls now. Dang, and this was my nice one too. Dang. Well, that makes, I think, 5 fish I've caught off of a bed. There's a nice little 2-pounder right here. So, okay, well, that's gonna be it for me today. I broke my last freaking rod, or not my last rod, but I broke my rod, one of my nice rods. That sucks. Yeah, that really hurts. But caught 5 fish total on their beds. I see a lot of fry swimming around. So I think they've already spawned out a little bit. And yeah, I found where the big males are at. So if you want to find where the big males are on their beds and they're freaking smoking crawdad or craw imitations, go subscribe to Patreon. 14 fish total, so that was pretty awesome. I might not have caught the biggest fish today, but I consistently caught fish in places I've never caught fish before, which is a really, really good feeling, and I view that as a successful day. Feel like it was really, really successful. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to see where I was catching these fish and exactly the whole schematics of how I approached that and how I thought of attacking this bank and that bank, go subscribe to Patreon. I'll have a full video in there explaining everything, explaining all my thoughts and all that and everything that I found. I thought to begin with they weren't really in their spawn yet, in the full swing yet, and I thought maybe they were just starting to push up, but it looks like from what I've observed now, they've already made that full push to the bank. Saw some pretty giant females, so make sure you subscribe to Patreon. I'm gonna have a lot more information in there. So this is Betty's Kitchen, 14 fish today, 5 off of their beds. Yeah, thanks for watching. God bless.